What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskin. I'm back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking on the 30 stamina Fortnite dungeon, the Big Mom Pirate Fortnite dungeon, which does include Peckham's and Tamago from the Big Mom Pirates. Now, before we get into this video, let's go ahead and just overview everything real quick before we jump into the dungeon. The boss characters that you can come up against is Peckham's or Peckham's and Tamago. There are two different variations of the final stage. You can also then recruit Peckham's and Tamago to your character box as well. Tamago is the hidden boss for this dungeon. Now, let's look at the manuals or the skill books for this dungeon. Obviously, the number one book that a lot of people are going to be going for is Cavendish, and I'm really excited for that. Cavendish at max skill is insane. You can get 5-star plus Zora books as well. Virgo, Blenheim books are nice as well. Kingdu, you can get the story mode Kaku, I forgot his name for a second there, Kaku. Story mode Hannibal as well, one of the Impel Down jailers, and also the Polar Bear. And you can also drop both int and strength boosters and evolvers. So let's get straight into it. Now, there actually isn't a condition for this Fortnite dungeon, which is pretty cool, so you don't have to abide by any specific rules. But in this video, we are going to be using a pure quick team, because quick teams just seem to be the most optimal, as the final boss is strength. So we are going to be using a double 5-star plus Boa team. The subunits that we have are 5-star evolution of the story mode Lucci, we have Colosseum Apu, we have Wicca, and we also have 3-day 2-year Brook. Now, if I had max skills on all these characters, this Fortnite could be done super duper quickly. But because I do not have that, we're going to be going ahead and we are going to do a little bit of stalling just to make sure that our specials are ready by the time we reach the final dungeon. And yeah, but yeah, this team works really well. All the specials are pretty useful here. We have the usefulness of Wicca, Wicca being a really nice fixed damage dealer. We have the Brook, who is really nice for the final stage. We have the Rob Lucci there, who is just really nice, a really nice orb manipulator if you do get not the right orbs that you really want. And then you've got Apu there as a type booster, because ideally, if you have all the max specials on this team, then this team can actually clear the Fortnite very quickly. And because Apu only maxes at 10 turns and then 8 turns when you have level 2 cooldown, then this team can clear it very quickly, because, you know, an 8-turn type booster is quite insane. But I believe we don't need to do any more stalling, so we're going to just move on here. I'm going to maybe take one more turn of stall just to make sure. But for the first few stages, there's basically nothing here. For the first 4 stages, it's just, you know, boosters and evolvers and then pirate characters. Stage 4 is, again, the same thing. But once we reach stage 5, that's where we're going to encounter the first miniature boss, which is going to be Peckham's. Now, I believe the miniature boss actually can be replaced by Tamago as the hidden boss, but let's see what we encounter here. We're going to encounter Peckham's once again. Now, this is exactly why we have Wicca on the team, because the units that are behind Peckham's right here have actually like a decent amount of HP, and they have really high, no, they don't have a lot of HP, but they have a lot of defense. So we're going to use Wicca as our fixed damage dealer. And because her fixed damage is like 15 hits at stage 2, those guys actually have a decent amount of health, so having that is pretty useful. So you can see here Peckham's also has a 4-hit or 5-hit combo barrier, so you have to take down that before you can start doing damage to him. So you can ideally bring a 6-star Blackbeard team that can kind of work. But, you know, the boss is a strength unit at the end of the day, so you're going to make sure that you have a couple of quick units to ensure that you are beating the dungeon relatively quickly. But we do not need to stall here, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take down everyone in a single turn here. But, yeah, all of our specials are ready to go for the final stage. As I said, this is not the most optimal team to clear, but it's just the team that I've found at the moment that has been pretty successful. So, we have Peckham's right here. He will go ahead and just shovel our orbs, which can give us tandem, or he can give us block orbs. Now, what you can do is bring the story mode character, one of the billionaire characters from Elubana. One of those guys will change tandem to quick, so that kind of works on this team as well. We're going to use Brook here to change those block orbs into quick, and we are also going to use the Lucci special to change our surrounding orbs into quick as well. And we're going to use the Apu special, which will give a decent amount of units on this team a boost. You can ideally use the Boa special, but if you are speedrunning this, Boa special won't be active if you are clearing every single stage in a single turn. So that's why Apu is there. But with all of this active, we should be able to take down this last stage no problem whatsoever. So that was a pretty successful run. I haven't personally dropped any Cavendish books yet, and I've done a decent amount of runs, so I'm kind of, worried to see what the drop rates are for these Cavendish books, because he does need 5 skill ups, so it's going to be kind of difficult to get all of those skill books ready for Cavendish himself. But now that we've gone ahead and just shown you guys all the dungeons and team that I use in order to beat it, let's go ahead and overview the characters that you can drop from this Fortnite dungeon. So, first unit that we are going to have a look at is Tamago. Tamago being the hidden boss. So, his captain ability, once you fully evolve him, will boost the attack of cerebral characters by 1.75 and the HP of strikers by 1.75. So if they're a cerebral striker, they will get both 1.75 attack and health, which is okay. His stats are okay for a Fortnite unit as well. He'll end up having 1,000 attack and 1,600 health, which isn't too bad for a Fortnite character. And his special ability, which maxes at 13 turns, boosts recovery of all characters by 1.75 times and delays all enemies for 1 turn. So, it being a delay is kind of nice, but he does boost recovery of all characters by 1.75, which in most cases does not matter at all. There will be teams in the future that will utilize this a lot, but for now on global, there aren't really, situations where this is going to be useful at all. So, Baron Tamago, not the best unit. He might be decent in the future, but most likely not. You're most likely never going to use this guy at all. But now let's go ahead and overview the final boss, which is going to be Peckhams. Now, Peckhams is a strength powerhouse fighter, and at max level, he'll have 1,300 attack, 1,700, nearly 1,800 HP, which is actually pretty good. Bear in mind, those are his 4-star stats when fully evolved at max level. Now, his captain ability, once he's evolved, will boost the attack, HP, and recovery of powerhouse characters by 1.5 times, which is not bad. For a Fortnite character, that is. Fortnite characters usually have really terrible captain abilities. But let's talk about his special ability. It changes recovery and empty orbs into matching orbs on fighter characters and makes perfects easier to hit for 1 turn. And that maxes at 10 turns. So that special does have a niche sort of use. You're not going to be using him too often, but, changing recovery and empty into matching for fighters isn't that bad. There are definitely cases where that can help out your fighter-based team, and he also makes perfects easier to hit for 1 turn on a 10-turn cooldown, so that can definitely have some use, as I said, in the future, but at the moment, you're not going to be using him that often. But if you are running fighters a fair amount in this game, then this might be a unit that you want to try and max out for future uses. But all in all, that's going to conclude this video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and if you guys did, make sure to smack the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.